There comes a time when the noise of ambition fades into silence, when the mirror no longer shows who we were, but who we have become. The second half of life is not a fall from greatness. It is an arrival, a return to essence. In youth, we collect. In maturity, we begin to release. The Stoics believed that peace is not gained through addition, but through subtraction, by letting go of what was never truly ours. Here are 10 things you should no longer burden your soul with as you walk the quieter path of your later years. 1. The fear of aging. Aging is not a punishment. It is a privilege denied to many. Every passing year removes illusions and leaves only truth. When we are young, we cling to the surface, the body, appearance, recognition. As we age, we are invited to dwell deeper. Time carves away vanity to reveal wisdom. The Stoics saw life as a cycle of acceptance. To fear aging is to fight nature itself. You are not losing time. You are gaining clarity, understanding what truly matters before the curtain falls. 2. The opinions of others. For decades, we are haunted by what others might think. Their approval becomes our invisible master. But the older we grow, the more we see how fleeting human judgment is. Most people are too absorbed in their own lives to truly think of us at all. Seneca wrote, "It is not that we have a short time to live, but that we waste much of it. Do not waste what remains worrying about reputations built on sand." Freedom begins when you no longer fear misunderstanding. 3. Missed opportunities. Every life is filled with paths not taken. Regret whispers that we could have done more, been more. But the Stoics remind us, fate chooses differently for each of us. What was not meant for you was never lost. It simply belonged to another story. You can either cling to what could have been or fully inhabit what is. To mourn missed chances is to abandon the present moment, which still waits patiently to be lived. 4. Physical perfection. The mirror becomes less forgiving, the body less obedient. And yet, this is when we finally understand gratitude. The Stoics saw the body as a vessel, not a shrine. What matters is not its perfection, but its purpose. Each scar tells of endurance, each ache of survival. Do not curse the decline, honor the evidence of experience. What once chased beauty must now seek meaning. Strength of mind, not muscle, becomes the true mark of vitality. 5. The future anxiety about the future is a sign of untrained thought. The Stoics taught that tomorrow is outside our grasp. It exists only in imagination. Worrying changes nothing except your peace. You cannot live in 2 times at once. The wise man prepares calmly, knowing that control is limited. Let the future unfold as it must. Focus your energy on the present hour, for it is the only time that is ever truly yours. 6. The success of others. In youth, we measure ourselves against others, their careers, their wealth, their applause. But envy corrodes joy. The Stoic accepts that fortune is uneven and that external success does not equal inner peace. Everyone walks a different road, shaped by unseen forces. Rejoice in another's blessings, and you double your own. Envy dies when gratitude begins. 7. Material possessions. The second half of life teaches a harsh but liberating truth. You need far less than you think. The Stoics were not against possessions, only against dependency on them. A simple home, a clear conscience, and a peaceful mind. These are riches enough. When you own little, nothing owns you. Let go of excess, both in your closet and in your thoughts. True abundance lies in the absence of craving. 8. Past mistakes. You cannot rewrite what has already been lived, yet many spend their remaining years replaying the same regrets. The Stoics advised, judge your past as if it belonged to a friend, with compassion, not cruelty. The mistakes that once humiliated you were necessary teachers. They forged your humility, your patience, your understanding of others. To dwell on guilt is to chain yourself to a ghost. Accept your story and use its lessons to guide those who walk behind you. 9. The behavior of others. You will never control another person's choices, no matter how righteous your intentions. We suffer because we expect others to act as we would, to see as we see. But every soul has its own nature. Epictetus said, we are disturbed not by things, but by our opinions about things. The Stoic learns to separate what is within his control, his thoughts, actions, and reactions, from what is not. Let people be who they are. You are responsible only for your own conduct. 10. The fear of death. Death is the most natural of all events, yet the most feared. The Stoics faced it without trembling. Marcus Aurelius wrote, do not act as if you were going to live 10,000 years. Death gives weight to every breath, urgency to every kindness. To meditate on mortality is not to be morbid, but to be awake. When you accept death, you stop postponing life. You begin to live deliberately, gratefully, fiercely aware that each sunrise is a final chance to be who you wish to be. In the end, the art of not worrying is not indifference. It is mastery. It is the calm knowledge that the universe unfolds as it must, whether or not we resist. The Stoic seeks not to control the tides, but to sail with them, adjusting his sails to the winds of fate. Peace does not come from perfect circumstances, but from disciplined perception. So, as the seasons of your life change, loosen your grip. Release your need to be right, to be remembered, to be young again. What remains when all illusions fall away is your essence, your reason, your virtue, your serenity. And that is the true wealth of the second half of life, the quiet power of a mind that has finally made peace with itself.